he's deer.
Dave.
I'm so unsure. I wonder why I didn't see it there before.
Beauty and the Beast. This isn't even the first time you've quoted Beauty and the Beast on this show.
No.
Why?
Because it's the second greatest Disney movie of all time.
Behind Lion King.
Lion King.
Yeah,
for
okay,
those.
thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
That's undebatable.
Yeah.
Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday. Always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And together this week, we are looking at a poem from the third anthology of my high school collection, Analogy of Life. Dave, we're close to the end.
Yay?
Let's hear your poem for the day.
Okay. So this poem is on a topic that I feel I've tread before, but I'm cool with that.
Okay.
So it's a poem called Quiet Sleep. Rocking chair, cozy blanket, white noise, solemn darkness, blessed peace, sublime rest, tiny move, shattered quiet, screaming child, frustrated dad.
Aww. You're gonna have a chapbook of sad dad poems,
Right? Oh,
sad baby,
but like,
sad dad.
I feel like that is such a universal parent thing where it's like, oh, it's so lovely. They're quiet. They're sleeping. Oh, I just have to move my big toe 1/4 of a millimeter. Oh, they're awake.
Yep. Yeah. Oh. It's both it's an image that induces so much like secondhand anxiety for me in that I've been there, but also so much gratitude. Yeah. One, in the beauty of a baby's sleep. That is and also I'm not there anymore.
Oh, you're a monster.
Yeah, I'll own that. So Dave, we're coming to the close of Analogy of Life. Mm-hmm. And I thought I had well researched my Wolf Journal when I started this mess.
Nothing you do is well or researched.
What is typed next, what we're going to get into, which is titled My Words. Not in here.
Huh.
So I have a similar sentiment that we could get to, but now my timeline is so off because I'm looking at my notes that I made. Analogy of Life was typed in January, February, March, April, May, June, July 28th, 2006.
Yes, dear listener, he just counted on his fingers aloud the months of the year.
I know October is 10. I can go from there. Anything before October, it's a guessing game.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so July 28th, 2006. Analogy of Life was first opened and created in Word. It was last modified in February 17th of 2008. I have continually said 2006, like a 16-year-old Aaron. This was modified up until I was 18. That makes this so much worse.
It really does.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you get there on your own.
Yeah. But the journal, I for sure ended at high school.
Okay.
So what I'm experiencing here is we're jumping all over the timeline as far as Aaron's poems.
Well, let's hop into that TARDIS of time travel and do this thing.
Okay. So this is called My Words. And it goes like this.
Quick question.
Yes.
Have we had a My Words?
I was wondering that same thing. I think we've had something.
And yes, I did raise my hand.
I know. Yeah.
Audio medium.
Yep.
My little word.
we had my words before.
I do my best to block these out, but I thought I remembered that.
So anyway, this technically should be my words too, but no, we're just full of sequels here. Here we go. Why in my happiest times must my words come up short? Why can't I express my joyful feelings? My words are not of my own. They are the words of a soul that possess me, molds my true feelings to life. But it only takes my form when I am alone. I invite it in to comfort me, to bring these words with fiery passion to life. But when I am happy, my words are dead. They fall short of logic or glory. Why can't I express my happiness? Must my words only record the darker side of me?
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. So I'm going to go and not be here anymore. Oh, Aaron.
Again, I think the whole theory that I have on this third anthology is I have now typed the first two.
Yep.
So I'm revisiting these themes again. Having typed the first ones, I'm like, oh, there's something there. And rather than rework the old ones, I'm trying to invent new ones. And that's what gives us all these similar sounding, repeated themes.
Right.
My first impression.
Yeah.
I kind of like the core question at hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's a fun concept.
It also feels like you hear that question, well, a similar question asked a lot, is that do you have to be crazy to make something great?
Yeah, we talked about that way back.
Yeah. And I think that this explores that in a different way of like, do you have, like, why is it that I can only express the pain, but I can't express the joy?
Yeah.
It's, why does art come out of darkness? I'm not calling this art because it's crap, but
why do artistic expressions or attempts at artistic
or
expressions
attempts at art? Thank you.
come from the nadir instead of the pinnacle?
Oh, thank you. I could not place the word nadir, and I'm like, the Ralph?
No,
like the independent presidential candidate from the 90s?
No, ever since
that makes way more sense.
Ever since Reagan pointed out that nadir is like the lowest point, I've been trying to incorporate that more.
It's a good word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, why does art come out of our darkest moments instead of, or at least that's the question that.
Yeah. Well, and also, I think you even ask a more interesting question than that.
Okay.
Because it's not out of darkest moments or out of the worst of times, but it's why is it the darker side of me? Like, I think that opens it up to be more of a question about the difficulties of life being portrayed even in times of joy. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Well, like, so rather than saying art or things like that only come out of difficulty, it's even in good times, the only thing I can express is the bad of the good, like the negative side of things.
Like, yeah. So the pessimistic side is what, I have, why can't I express my joyful feelings? There seems to be this disconnect where my words are not my own. They are words of a soul that possess me, mold my true feelings to life. There's something I really like there, but there's also, I think I contradict myself because I say my words are not my own, But this other soul that gives me words molds my true feelings to life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an other entity is giving me words that are not mine, and yet they are expressing my true feelings.
Right.
I feel like that needs an edit there.
I'm struggling with the first part of that. My words are not of my own. Like you need a noun there. Like of my own brain, of my own expression. Although maybe that is a good thing to leave that ambiguous because it drew my ear when you were reading it.
Yeah, that just the fact that it's very kind of open-ended.
Yeah, because it could be any of those things, like my own being, my own mind, my own body, my own soul.
Yeah.
I still love that you think your poetry has fiery passion.
I know.
I can't deal with that.
Like the self compliments, and this is just like I have typed all of this garbage. I have put it to the page and thought, yes.
Yeah.
To the point where 3 anthologies in, and how many, like close to 65 or something, or 60 poems
Yeah.
of somehow both hot and wet garbage. It's just like the most generic and nonsensical mush. And yet I'm still saying it's fiery passion and it has logic and glory, because when I try and write happy words, there's no logic or glory there. But these poems, man, I hit all the right notes or something. Oh gosh, it's just it's so
hilarious.
bad.
They fall short of logic or glory. I just
Yeah.
That reminds me of a very important phrase that I hear more and more often. God give me the confidence of a mediocre white man.
Yes. Just like, yeah.
Just let me be as sure of myself as just a mediocre white man.
Walks into the room as automatically an expert. Opinions on everything that must be known. Woof. Whew, yeah.
That's you to a T.
That is, yeah, that's
Definitely
me,
not
folks.
me. I mean, I would never ever think of myself in that light. I'm too good for that, you know? Like I'm not conceited, because conceit is an imperfection, and I'm, perfect.
Yeah. If I were to presume, Dave, I would concur.
Indubitably.
A concept here, this just came to mind. I have no clue when I would have learned of the concept of the artistic muse. Or if someone is possessed by their art. Is that a phrase? What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there would have been any like pop cultural touchstone or literary thing I learned in high school that would Dave, this sounds almost like a Faustian bargain here.
Ooh. But things go well for Faust for a while.
Well, have you not heard the fiery passion and logic and glory of the previous 60 poems, Dave? Clearly I made a deal with the devil to write amazing things.
Also, I would say this is, rather than a Faustian bargain in which Faust makes a deal with the devil to have Mephistopheles with him, this is more like The Exorcist, where you are spewing pea soup everywhere. You are possessed by your art. Those are the largest air quotes I can do.
Yeah, the vulgarity that has come from my my pen.
No.
Yeah. Wow. The thing that I want to reference in the Wolf Journal, because this is one that's not in the Wolf Journal, and
Okay.
what I alluded to at the beginning, I am so lost as whether this was a 16-year-old me, an 18-year-old me, who knows? I mean,
A 32-year-old you.
no, because the last I edited it was 2008, Dave. Come on, keep up. So this is really interesting. I found this page in the Wolf Journal. And this is a page I had to refer to my parents in the first season of the show when they were like, your episodes make us kind of sad because depicted a sad boy. It's like,
Right, yeah.
sad boy Aaron. I found this page in the Wolf Journal and I read it to them then, and I'm realizing that this was a common thought I was having as I was typing these poems and when I got to my words too. So this is a section I write here in the Wolf Journal, and it starts a little bleak, but we'll go with it. If I were to die today, this is all I would have to say. Oh, I rhymed.
For the first time ever.
To the readers of this book. To the readers of this book. I was not depressed. I write in sad times, a lot of material. I was usually very happy.
That's it.
That's it. And then I have wishes for some of my good friends at the time. Again, if I were to die. So to my friends, thanks for all the good years. And then I have little messages to each of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm doing like a retrospective examination of my work and my life's work up to this point, and I've decided these are pretty dark. And so I have that message to my friends, but then I also have this poem,
right,
that examines the dark art that is.
Okay, Snape.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, this isn't... I mean, this is saying that you're fine.
Yeah.
This poem is saying that you're okay, but you just don't know how to express that.
Yeah. Why am I happiest times must my words come up short? Yeah,
Right.
It's running around that same question. Like, if you were to read all this stuff, it's all the sad times, because that's the only time I felt inspired to write. Now, why do you think that is, Dave? Be the confident, mediocre white guy psychologist that you are.
Okay. Well, in my extreme expert opinion,
Yes.
as also a sad boy. No, I honestly would say very simply toxic masculinity. That we have examples of being able to talk about our downfalls, our burdens, because this is how we grow into real men. But we can't express our joy because we're supposed to suppress that so that we can just, Oh, no, this is the phrase. I say this with love. My brother Luke would always say, act like you've been there. So, like, if you win a game of Mario Kart or you catch a football and run it in for a touchdown, act like you've been there. It's not a big deal. I'm this awesome all the time.
Right. So we're trained not to have expressions of joy. We're trained. There's a stoicism.
Yeah, but expressing anger. I'd be interested to see if this is unique to kind of white 90s male culture, or if this is, and I hate this term, Western.
Right. Yeah.
Or if this is a more universal understanding of masculinity, because there are some things that are somewhat universally masculine, but there are plenty of things that are not.
Right.
Like, across so many cultures, such different views of masculinity.
Are you saying there's a fluidity in our understanding of expression of gender.
Like some form of spectrum, or yeah.
And society kind of pinpoints where on that spectrum you're quote unquote supposed to be.
Oh, yes, thank you, right-wing reactionary.
Gross. I don't know if I can have his name on this show.
No, bleep it.
Yeah,
I bleep out
I will
his
bleep
name.
it. What do you want for your bleep phrase, Dave?
Can I say right-wing reactionary?
Perfect. I don't know why I'm surprised that we found ourselves at this topic, but I am actually kind of thrilled that we found ourselves talking about this. How
No.
my struggle with why I can't express happiness and joy is tied into what we've talked about many times now. That idea of the stoic male that is also extremely edgy. The one who can complain and whine and yet still be heroic.
Right, yeah.
And the sad Superman.
Sad Superman. Oh,
Right?
man.
I goes to the Snyderverse because of a Maggie May Fish video that was, but anyway.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
About it, yes.
Yeah, but, well, I like ending there.
Yeah, I think that works.
That's a good conclusion. I am going to say, I feel like this may sound blasphemous.
Oh, gosh.
No, for this show.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this is one of my more poetic.
Yes.
I think that there are some cool images I evoked here that shows an older Aaron who has no. I mean, just it's a shot in the dark. 1 out of 100. Yeah. This is a better poem.
Yep.
Well, Dave, you can stall as long as you want. I don't have a poem yet. So I'm going to ask you, as you consider my words, these words that I have presented to you, good or garbage?
Have you ever petted a hedgehog?
Petted? Isn't it just pet? It's pet. Pet is both present past.
Have you ever petted a hedgehog?
No.
You haven't?
No.
They're adorable. They're so cute. They're very wonderful.
I want to.
They're also just very sweet. Like, they're very kind little animals.
Don't they give you syphilis though? Or what is it?
What are you doing with your hedgehog, Aaron?
No. What is it that hedgehogs like? You're supposed to. Am I getting ahead of your metaphor?
Salmonella?
Here? Is that what it is? Yeah.
I mean, there are bacterial infections that they can carry that don't affect them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you pet hedgehogs, you can get salmonella.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay,
wash your hands, folks.
So I should stop licking hedgehogs, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So petting a hedgehog. They're very cute. They're very adorable. And when you pet from head to tail, it is lovely. Their quills are so soft and like kind of tickly. But if you go the other way, it's extremely painful for both you and the hedgehog. And to me, this feels like petting a hedgehog in that if you look at it correctly and you have like a conversation partner in which you can explore ideas, it's all right. Yeah, sure. But if you go the other way, it is damaging and breaking, and like you might end up bleeding. Oh, geez, I got dark.
Well, I like this poem.
No, yeah, okay, sure.
Why must my words only record the darker side of me? Why must your good or garbage metaphors always go dark?
Why must it always end in a trash pile?
Flame and fire.
Wailing, gnashing of teeth, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Gehenna. Look it up, folks. It was
I have videos for you to watch about Gehenna.
Okay, Dave. We're going to end this week with the words of a true poet. This week coming to us from Lawrence Ferlinghetti. It's from a collection called A Coney Island of the Mind, copyright 1955, and it's called, in quotations, "The world is a beautiful place." The world is a beautiful place to be born into. If you don't mind happiness not always being so very much fun. If you don't mind a touch of hell now and then, just when everything is fine, because even in heaven, they don't sing all the time. The world is a beautiful place to be born into if you don't mind some people dying all the time, or maybe only starving some of the time, which isn't half so bad if it isn't you. Oh, the world is a beautiful place to be born into if you don't much mind a few dead minds in the higher places, or a bomb or two now and then in your upturned faces, or such other improprieties as our name brand society is prey to, with its men of distinction and its men of extinction and its priests and other patrolmen and its various segregations and congregational investigations and other constipations that our full flesh is heir to. Yes, the world is the best place of all for a lot of such things, making the fun scene, and making the love scene, and making the sad scene, and the singing low songs of having inspirations, and walking around, looking at everything, and smelling flowers, and goosing statues, and even thinking and kissing people, and making babies, and wearing pants, and waving hats, and dancing, and going swimming in the rivers on picnics in the middle of the summer, and just generally living it up. Yes. Then right in the middle of it comes the smiling mortician.
Did I just find my new favorite poem?
That was a fun read.
I love everything about that. Like, that's so perfect because it's the joy of life mixed with all of the crap.
Yeah. Well, folks, this has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go write some of your own bad poetry. How do you spell his last name?
Ferlinghetti.
One more time.
Ferlinghetti. Lawrence Ferlinghetti.
Ferlinghetti.
Rhyme free doesn't matter.